So, we want to talk about Donald Trump for a bit, and this is a little bit of a serious story because it's ridiculous. And I don't know how I feel about this, so this is one of them stories I do want to hear from y'all in the comment section below. Please help me. So the Trump administration on Thursday, so this was last Thursday, has announced an overhaul of the HHS Civil Rights Office as part of a broader plan to protect health workers who don't want to perform abortions, treat transgender patients seeking to transition, or provide other services for which they have religious or moral objections. Under a proposed rule which has been closely guarded at HHS and is now under review by the White House, the Civil Rights Office would be empowered to further shield these workers and punish organizations that don't allow them to express their religious and moral objections. According to sources on and off the Hill, that would be a significant shift for the office, which currently focuses on enforcing federal civil rights and health privacy laws. So this is something, I mean, I know where I end up, right? I say I'm a nurse. When I go into work, it doesn't matter what I believe. It's about the patient. I don't care who the patient is, what the patient believes. I don't care if the patient believes in a different God than I do. If the patient is a different gender than I am. If the patient is transitioning from gender to gender. It should not matter at all for 1 second what the patient is in the office for. That's number one. And I think that's the biggest thing ever. So I think that this can become a really sticky issue. Obviously, if you don't believe in abortions, if you work in a labor and delivery unit, and that's what you do, right? And someone wants to, cut the cord after they want to help abort a baby, right? If there's another nurse that's willing to do it on your unit and you don't have to do it, of course, switch. That's the kind of conversations you have at the nurse's station. If you're a doctor and you going into labor and delivery, you should know, going into that profession, yes, the majority of the time you will be giving birth, but part of that job is also aborting babies. And if that's something you don't want to do not get into that profession. It's insane to me. I think this is absolutely insane. And that is the far end of the spectrum, right? If you don't want to be, if you go into like women's health, if you go into family primary care and you have a transgender patient come in and you have a moral objection to that, you can just be like, no, I'm not going to do any care for you. I'm not going to provide any care. Where does it end? Of course I want to have my rights. Of course if I don't feel comfortable with something, I could go to my nurses, to my charge nurse manager, whoever, and say, I don't feel comfortable with the situation. Is there anyone else that can take over for me? If the answer is no, it is my obligation to take care of that patient. They're in a hospital. I am a nurse. I am working. It is my job. It is part of what I have to do. I think this is ridiculous. Because what if I decide giving insulin I'm a morally object to giving insulin? What if I say I morally object to people who are overweight because they're not taking care of themselves? Or if I morally object to Asian folk because they don't, whatever. You get it. Where are we going to draw the line? I think this is a really bad thing that we're starting to do. Those are the kind of conversations you need to have with your coworkers and decide and parse that stuff out. But we cannot just say, I am not going to give any care to anyone who's transgender. I'm not going to give any care to someone who doesn't believe in the same God I do. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I think only bad things can come from this. I don't know any situations. In my 2 years of being a nurse, I haven't been in a situation where someone has refused to give care to others. Many female patients tell me all the time, can I get a female nurse? Am I going to be mad? Of course. I'm like, by all means, power to you. I understand, respect, 100%. I will go get my coworker. We'll switch patients. I have yet to see a nurse. I don't know if this is going to become an actual issue or if this is just Trump on his rah, I hate other people who are not exactly like me type of bullshit. All right? You guys let me know what you think in the comment section below. Is this a good thing? Should healthcare providers have the right to refuse to care for someone because they don't believe, they have moral objections to who the person is or who the person has sex with or what gender that person is, beliefs, whatever? Let me know in the comment section below, please. And thank you.